Alright, so we are back here ready to make some farming adjustments. Now, it's not flat here by any means, so if I put a shed in, it's going to change our gradient here, so I need to get that right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to feed the sheep because they are low on food. They also need water. Let's just look at our little tab here. They've got 80 litres of food and 120 litres of water, which is poor. Not that they eat a lot anyway. The cows are all happy, so they can wait another day. But we do need to do this, which means we've got to go and get the water bowser as well to to give them water. Yeah, I got to drive over you, I'm afraid, because you won't move. There isn't a bale there, is there? No. I'm going to stick this in. Probably won't take all of it. In fact, I know they won't take all of it. Won't take any of it. Where's the trigger then? Come on, let's stop being silly about this. Oh, come on, what's going on? Ridiculous. I'm sorry, but they need food. Sheep need food. Why won't you take it? What ridiculousness is going on here today? Well, that is stupid, isn't it? Let me try and work this out. Literally, at the... I don't know. I mean, we all love him, but seriously, triggers, oxygendavid. Triggers. I hope that that has been fixed in his updated version, or else I'm going to get real grumpy. Also, I'm going to have to do all my map mods. Better shut that. Better shut that. So I've got a shed which I'm going to use. It's not huge by any means. It's pretty small actually. I like it. It'll do a grand job. It'll do what we want it to do anyway. Not sure if I've used it before. It may be one that I used on Purbeck. but I really can't remember. Oh, look, here's a lovely new gate, look. Probably should have deducted some money for installing that double gate. Watch out, moo cow, you just walked straight out in front of us. That's ridiculous. So we'll get the Bowser, we'll fill up the water, and then we'll dive into this shed situation, and we'll have a bit of a move around. And then that is it really. I don't want to be buying anything else. I'd like to keep a nice buffer of money available to us should we need it before we start selling things like cows, bales, crop seeds and stuff. Better shut that gate. Trying to be as professional as possible. We won't fit through there. Let's just climb over the loader. That'll be fine. Totally realistic. So we've still not really looked at much of the map yet. I've got to drive over her because she's in the way. Slurry's looking good on the field there. I'm guessing it's thinking we're going to plough it in, and we're not. So I'm sure on the next growth stage it will disappear, or I would imagine it does. Everything else is growing very happily, but we'll go and take a peruse of it all. I'd like a little... Oh well, that is a heavy trailer, isn't it? I'd like something that we could... Now I got stuck. What was I saying? That's it. I'd like something that we could use to get around the map a bit quicker. Garden's looking very lovely just there. Another trigger that's going to play up today, apparently. Oh, come on, man. Go back to my original statement the other day of making these trigger boxes bigger. There's some of the mods that don't like to work properly or have small trigger zones on them. What is it actually stuck on? I mean, seriously. Ceebur's getting grumpy today. I'm a bit salty, apparently. I'm a bit salty today. Can you blame me? You're watching it with me. Oh man, come on. Let's try it from the other side then, shall we? There we go. Well, maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm trying to do it from the wrong side on these ones. Is that what the deal is? Is the trigger on this side? Let's try it like that. It will disappear automatically. I don't know. Why they can't put it either side? It baffles me. We'll fill that up, and we will close this gate. How much is in there? Not that far off. Right, I'll take this back to the cows and then we'll come back to here and we'll move some stuff around and look at leveling that out for our shed to go on. Alright, so we're coming back to the farm. Just dropped me Bowser off. I topped the cow's water up too whilst I was there. We're going to grab the pallet forks onto this, which are in here. So we'll drop. Is that all of it? Or oh, that was not what I wanted it to do. There we go. Why was it selected on that? I don't know. I don't know. It's all confusing. Okay. Actually, I'll leave you in there just for a second. Let's grab Big Max. Let's grab you. Drop that off. Big Max needs a service as well. So we'll grab our 2 trailers and we'll just move them out of the way for now. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Let's stick these out here. I was going to stick it on that little bit of grass there, and then I thought, you know what? If it was really my lawn, I wouldn't do that, so... I'm not that savage. Although it does look like a very good place to put a greenhouse. I mean a proper greenhouse, not like that one that's in the garden. I wonder what we could... Oh! I wonder what we could get in there. Mind you, that wouldn't be such a bad place to put a greenhouse, would it? Now I'm getting really confused. Now I'm getting really confused. Let's have a look at the situation. Nice spot for a shed. Nice spot for a greenhouse. And then what Massey suggested, putting the shed here. But I'm just worried about this. I'm worried about that. Because if we're using it, and then we're coming in and out, and we've got a shed here, I don't want to be too close to it. I think we could just level this down. We could put a greenhouse on that, actually, because they're not as big as the sheds, are they? Let's deal with this. I'm going to put the shed here because I like the idea. So let's deal with this. We need to level it. Here comes the fun. I hate using this. I hate using this. Because it just doesn't work the same as Giants Editor. So it's that one. Let's bring up the old thing. So level, change brush strength, change the size, change the shape, on it square, change the size. No, let's just keep. Right, that's not great, is it? This. It's not doing that because it probably isn't happy with whether I own it or not. Clearly. Yeah, this is going to be a freaking nightmare. I'm going to have to move as well. That's supposed to be level in that. It's not level at all. Back to construction. Let's just get the shed, shall we? It's this one. I think this is the one I used on Purbeck. I want to... Ideally, you would put it back in sensible sort of thing. You would put it maybe there. Sort of thing. But it encroaches, so it kind of needs to be at an angle. There. Oh, let's see what it's done here. Oh, it hasn't ruined it. Excellent. So it does make it tight because we're close here, but I didn't want it. Let's get rid of it. I didn't want it to come out here too much and screw all this up. And it hasn't. So it's done what I wanted it to do. And we're level, everything's happy, I'm happy. Let's just get into here. We want to do a bit of painting. I'm going to change brush size. I always forget. I also want to change its shape to circular now. Bloomin' mozzies floating around in my shed tonight. They can sod off. I do like, I mean it costs a little bit more, but it does give it a much more realistic sort of feels and stuff with what we're doing. What other flavours have we got here? That looks good. These will be all of oxygendavid's custom. Just got rid of that bush. I didn't want to, but we can chuck some stuff in there. I might chuck a couple of trees in. You know how I am for me trees. Cost money, but it's aesthetically pleasing. That's what matters to me the most. How are we doing for cashola? Alright, that looks pretty. Looks pretty enough for me anyway. A little bit of that one. Funny pixelation there. What's going on here? That's slightly better. Oops, done it there too. Aha! That's getting rid of it. Nice. Better. Awesome. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Trees and plants. We don't want any particularly large trees, do we? What we got here? He's a bit big, but he does fill the space quite nicely, I guess. Yeah, that'll do. Any more trees that we... No. Plants. Some bushes. A bigger bush. Don't mind the bush. Don't mind the bush every now and then, you know. What is that? Tall one. I like that. Let's just check this side. Make sure it doesn't look too bland. Why aren't you putting one in there? There we go. There we go. Not overly happy with that situation. There we go. There we go. I think that will do us. Tell you what I do want to do. We've got grass. We've got a bit of grass there. I want size. Is that the smallest? This. It just gives it a bit more reels. I know technically we've just built this shed and it wouldn't have all this tat around it, but they're pretty. Like them. Have some of that too. Okay, I think that is enough Ceebur. My lovely shed. We got some ivy coming in there, which on a new shed you wouldn't. We got ivy up there. I think I would. Looks more like. I shouldn't say it really, because these modders are very touchy. But it looks more like fairy lights, green fairy lights. Never mind. Right, what are we going to do? So we're going to grab you. We're going to stick that in there. Oh well. Whoa up. You're thinking, well, what's the point in doing that? You just left them outside. Why didn't you just leave them outside? And it's because I'm very anal. I like sheds to have stuff in. I don't particularly like to have stuff out. I know lots of farms do leave their stuff out. But the Ceebur farm doesn't like to leave stuff out. So there. Especially when it's not being used and it's just sitting there, get all crusty, and we don't want that. We don't want to. We want to come up to it, give it a quick grease around the old greasing nipples, and then off we go. We don't want to have to decrustify it. I wonder if this will fit down the side there of that Joskin. Not like that, it won't, Ceebs. Not like that. Calling myself Ceebs now. Who was it who started? It was Red Viking. Red Viking started calling me. Was the first one to call me Ceebs, and a lot of people call me it now. I don't mind. Makes no odds to me. Been called worse, that's for sure. And that still doesn't bother me. Some of the worst things that I've been called, I find it quite funny. Ha ha ha. In we go. Like a king. Like a glove. Perfect. So today's episode is mostly about moving stuff around, and I'm sure you're quite content with that situation. stick that on. Now, I'm not going to stick that in there yet. Let's turn you off. We'll grab the loader. We'll just move. We do have a we'll move the fertilizer and seeds. I want to put them to the back of the situation. So I have the spreader and all that in front of it. Now I know that sounds a bit strange, but there is method to my madness. We aren't going to need any of this for a minute or two now. So we'll plonk those, we'll go in the end one. I know, you can't get over my skilled driving, can you? Oh. It's all but is it? Driving over me yard, look, me lawn. I said I didn't want to go and park on. That's that one. Let's pull that in. We're also going to have to use some of that space for storage for wool, because I do not want to sell the wool until it is worth something. You know, when we got a demand for it. And also, if we do venture into greenhouseism, it'd be the same for whatever we grow there, because we'll need somewhere to store that too. But that is a lovely big shed, isn't it? Could probably, I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit lower, but maybe 2 foot lower would make me feel slightly happier. Right, let's see how we fit in here. I know the machine will fit in here, but the forks and everything are going to stick out a bit, aren't they? That's alright for now. Let's grab Big Macs then. We'll put the spreader in front of the seed, and we'll put the tedder in front of the. We'll put the spreader in front of the fertilizer, and we'll put the tedder in front of the seed. I nearly went over my pallet forks then, even though I literally looked at them and spoke about how they were sticking out. I still tried to run over them. I have to find somewhere for them to go out of the way. We also need to we also need to service this. And we need a jet wash, a power washer. Definitely. Oh, my mower. Will my mower fit in there? No, it's never going to fit in there, is it? Let's get my slurry tank. They don't seem to go in that right hand section. But it would be a pain. Maybe I could store the wool pallets in that right hand section if we've not got sheep going in there. That would free up some room in our new shed, for sure. Keep her lit in the farmyard, absolutely 100%. Right, that's my slurry tank safely put away. Literally just tried to run over me. Right, where am I going to put you? Where am I going to put you? Lots of people getting bent out of shape about this because I call it a mower. I'm sorry, but if it's got the choice of being a mower or a mulcher, I'm going to take advantage of that situation. Make use of the mods that we have available. Can I drop that off like that? No, I do need to lower it. Can I drop it off like that? No, I need to unfold it. Okay, so I didn't like it where it was, so I think we'll put it here by the house. And then it's out of the way. Nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's a much better place for that to stay. Right. The bale cart can stay down there for now. Let's go and service Big Max before he has a hernia. Right. Big Max needs a service. See how far that spreads out all the way over to where the feeder is. The feed mixer. We don't care about paint condition, but we do want to repair. Yep, there we go. So he's all happy. He's going to need some diesel too soon. Where are we going to get that from? Spain. No, who's got the cheapest diesel at the moment? Iraq? I don't know. So I think we've got plenty of room for him to go in this one. Lovely. I think what we're going to do is we'll take the... Oh, I got in the wrong one then. We'll take the implements off of the Kramer. And we'll stick them in that left-hand bay there. So that they're not sticking out but also it's slightly easier to get in that bay, maneuver around. In fact, no, I'm not going to stick them in there. We'll just leave them here in front of whatever we've got going on. And we'll do a little bit of farming whilst we're here. We'll grab this silage and we'll stick it into the mixer. It's not a big bucket, we've already covered this situation before. So we'll probably have to move it on, but it would be advantageous to have one that goes on the front loader for the tractor too. We need to level that out. It really is a shame that you can't dig the ground on this game. I go digging everywhere. In fact, I think a lot of people would take advantage of that. Oh, we got a little bit. Got a silly little bit. Being silly. Doesn't want to know. A little bit over there. Can you get that? No? Yep, we got that one. Can we get this one? Nope. Doesn't want to know. Alright. I love this machine. Right, that has got that in there. Oh, Ceebur. Naughty. Right, well. What will our next jobs be? Nothing for this episode, really. I think that is it. We'll put the bucket here. We don't really need it. Nice. Oh, flying through the... Oh, look at that. There we go. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's have a view of our animals and see what's going on then. Before we thank you, sign off. Animals. Have we had any babies yet? No. Who's due? You. Very close. Very close. So we're going to be moving some cows around soon. Who is the next? You. And then... none of them. You're the next ones for reproduction. And then it's... oh, then it's you. Okay, so... it was a bit off though, wasn't it? These guys could really be due for moving up. When are they going to reproduce? They're at 40%, so a while yet. But they will. Forgot to check. Are we looking for food? Good. And good. These guys, the older ones, we are going to try whatever base food is. I guess it's just silage. I don't know. We're going to find out. But anyway, yeah, that is it. April. The month of April is done, so we're running 3 days per month. I know it's a bit weird, but it kind of works out nicely. We're not messing around too much, trying to find jobs to do that way. So this is 100% fertilised. We've got a 68% yield bonus. That's a bit pants, isn't it? We might have to start getting into some other ways of doing things. But it is all growing. There's grass up here. So field names, we've had no more field name suggestions yet. So we'll wait for that to happen. I know a lot of people try and do it off of what is surrounding to them. So we've got we need a field name for this field, and it has the bridge, it has a bridge, it has a stream. I'm going to name this field Twin Bridges. It's got two bridges. So I'm going to name this one Twin Bridges. There we go. So that one's named. So we've got Twin Bridges, we've got the paddock, and we've got mutton leg. And then we need a name for this one. Let's give you a better eye view. So we need a name for this one, which is probably our biggest field actually. We need a name for the linseed one, which is that little one. We need a name for this one here, and we need a name for that one. And in fact, no, I'm not going to name them all myself. I'd like some other people to come in and chime in with some stuff. I could give you some suggestions though. That farm is owned by Elite Farming in his series, so you know it's our field because it's like next to us, but Elite is there, so got a patch just there. Rude. To let for sale. What? To let for sale. Can you lease it? Dunno. Rubble Hill. Stop it, Ceebur. Names for fields. Thanks for watching everyone. Stay safe and may the weather be with you.